Do you want to design your own clothes, but you don't know how? Well, in today's video, I'm going to give you 5 easy steps to help you start designing your own clothes right now. Step number 1 is research. There are a few things that you want to research before you start making your design. You want to research visual and conceptual inspiration. What is going to visually inspire your design? Maybe it's a decade or a time period. Maybe it's a particular technique that you want to try, or maybe it's a message that you want to incorporate into your design. You also want to research color. What is the color story of your design? What color is your design going to be, and how does that fit in with your visual inspiration? You also want to research fabric and trim. What type of fabric is your design going to be made from? Designing and creating a garment from denim is going to be completely different than designing and creating a garment from chiffon. Two completely different fabrics with two completely different properties. So fabric is going to be a really important part in your overall design. Step number 2 is going to be illustration. You want to somehow get your idea from your head onto paper. Illustrate what that design is going to look like. The illustration is pretty much going to be a blueprint. So you want it to have all the necessary details that you want to incorporate into your final design. Step number 3, you're going to draft the sewing pattern. Drafting a pattern can be intimidating, but there are things you can do to make the process easier. If you've never drafted before, I highly recommend getting some kind of book or doing some kind of online course that'll give you an introduction to the basics of pattern drafting. No matter what sewing level you are, I would highly recommend starting from a pattern block. Is essentially a foundation pattern. You can use these blocks as foundations to start the pattern drafting process. Step number 4 is create a test garment. The test garment is essentially a prototype. You want to try out your pattern to make sure that it is fitting correctly and that you're achieving the design that you're looking for. If you make the test garment and it's not looking the way that you want, you can go back to your sewing pattern and make those necessary changes before you cut into your final fabric. It would really suck for you to sew your garment and that at the end it looks nothing like you wanted and the fit is completely off. So you want to get the kinks out of the way early on so that you don't ruin your project. The last and final step is to create your garment. You're going to cut your pattern pieces out of the final fabric that you have chosen, and you're going to sew the garment together. There are a lot of resources out there for learning really basic sewing skills. You can find many tutorials here on YouTube, or you can invest in a book that'll give you some detailed information about introductory sewing methods. I hope this video helps you get started in creating your own clothing designs. Subscribe to my channel for more fashion, sewing, and design videos.